Hey collective, happy new moon. I hope you guys are taking full advantage of these beautiful, magical, manifesting energies that we have going on right now with this Jupiter Kazemi, the new moon energy, this Cancer energy, thinking about like what does nurturing look like to you, what does sustenance look like to you, what does like emotional fulfillment look like to you, what is comfort to you. Let's get these energies like aligned with our thoughts, our actions, our values. Everything needs to line up and match, and so that then like we can call in these energies and say, yeah, we're ready for you. If our actions don't align with our values, we're not ready, you know. So it's like starting to really, well, we have been, it's not really starting, but really making sure that the words we speak align with our values and our belief systems, and the person that our habits and our daily routine match the person that we want to grow into. If you have a vision of who you want to be in the next 5 to 10 years, how can you be moving towards that more? How can your actions align more with that version of you? Because we can take little steps every single day, and within a few months' time, you're really aligning to that person. I feel like we've been doing this for a long time, but it's getting more serious, it's getting more deep. You know, I've got Miss Fortuna here, our Greek goddess, to help us bring in some of these magical energies for everybody. So let's see what we've got. I did a little pull before I started, and I got Wheel of Fortune, which was like really cool to see that we've got this going on right now. Interesting to see if she comes back out again. Let's have a look at what we've got for our collective this week. As you can see, I'm switching up the way I work. I'm listening to our readings and what spirit are drawing me to, and I'm starting to drop these on a Wednesday night instead, I think. Is what's really going to help me. So we've got the Magician in reverse. Can I get more on this Magician, please? Ooh, we've got 10 of Pentacles in reverse. I like the way that flew then. It was very magical. Then we've got 2 of Wands in reverse. What the spirit? Oh, they're funny. They're funny. So, yeah, I got banned from TikTok Live this week because I kind of put shit on myself in a jokingly way, and I got in trouble for hate speech against myself. And Spirit are like, stop talking shit. I feel really called out right now, and you may, like, this is obviously our collective, we're all working together on this shit, so, and they're using me as prime example here. So they want us to watch the words we speak, even when joking, when we're talking about ourselves as well as others, because it's affecting our finances, it's affecting the way that we can live in this world, our 3D life. It's putting up barriers, energetic barriers. Every time you say something negative about yourself or someone else that really wasn't called for, you're preventing yourself from gaining the life that you want. This is also around the fact that you may have put off a lot of different tasks that you know are going to be really amazing for you to complete. They're going to be things that push you forward in your business. They're going to push you forward in the pride that you can have in yourself and your abilities of what you can achieve. But you've put them to the side, and you've been concentrating on things that are still very rewarding, but it's like Spirit are like, no. If you're not going to make the decision to concentrate on these things and know how to implement these parts of yourself into your business, into your work life, then we'll figure out how to make you do that. So yeah, I feel very called out right now. Let me know how this resonates for you. Because when we don't listen, it just gets louder, and they will do things to make us listen. And I'm like, I'm hearing you, Spirit. I'm hearing you. Let's concentrate on the things I need to do. I'm very immersed in my TikTok family and life there. I love my job that I have there, but I am so much more than a TikTok reader. And I need to embrace that. I'm a teacher. I am an artist. I have so many things that are on my to-do list that are really going to help me and the people that I work with. And it's time for me to concentrate on those. It doesn't mean I'm not a TikTok reader as well. I will go back to that one day. But right now, I need to tick off all of these things on my list. And what does this mean for you? What is Spirit pushing you into to maybe value and expand your skills? Because you know that they're there, but are you taking advantage of all of them? And that's where, have you been downplaying what you can actually do here in this world? Does your job reflect how amazing and caring and loving and magical that you are and creative that you are? So let's have a look what else I have to say after that spiritual slap. What is our challenge this week, Spirit? I appreciate we got the World card in reverse. Everything's in reverse right now. So yeah, really changing up and shifting the way that we do things. And I've learned to embrace this. I've learned to surrender to the divine plan, and wherever we're going is what we're doing. And I've learned to do it pretty quickly. And I feel like a lot of us are still fighting that. They're still trying to push for a certain outcome. And it's like, this is why I love to manifest on energy. Rather than having this like big grand idea of how everything should be and how everything should look. And I go for what it will feel like. I want this feeling, and I'm going to manifest that. I want to know, like, this is how I want to feel when I wake up every day. This is how I want to feel when I go to sleep at night. When I'm surrounded by my loved ones in my home, this is what I want it to be like. This is the feeling that I want. So then I'm allowing Spirit the reins to show me what it is that I deserve, that will give me those things. But now it's also coming down to a time that I need to manifest the details. I want this, and I want this, and I want this. Show me how to get there, Spirit. And releasing control of the rest. How we get there is very different usually to how we think we're going to get there. But what we want is usually not really going to change. Maybe it'll expand, maybe it'll upgrade. But how we get there can kind of be left up to Spirit when we show them, this is how I want to feel in my work life. And this is the end result that I want. Show me how to get there. That is a beautiful way of being surprised in what it is that they're about to gift to you. Can I get more on this World card? Yeah, we may. Yes, like I love this card because it has very different meanings to me. I look at this card so much more as I don't need to see what the plan is. I just want to feel it. I want to know that this is how Spirit are urging me into this feeling right now. And I'm going to follow that feeling. I don't have to see what it looks like. I know what it feels like. But some of us may be a bit blinded to what's going on. There could be like, I don't want to know. I don't want to see. Or like continuously being shown, like I said, like I know that I was meant to push myself into these other parts of my work life. And I haven't. So I was like, no, I can't see. I'm just going to keep doing what feels good right now. Because challenging myself is, which is funny because I love to challenge myself. But it's still like, and that's what it feels like. These are things that are, once you get pushed into it, it's quite obvious. But while everything's going real good, it's like, I'm just going to stay here in this lane. And that's why Spirit have to knock us the fuck out of that lane sometimes so that we we challenge ourselves and we push ourselves harder into a life that reflects a lot more our talent, our skills, our value, our greatness. What is the medicine, please, Spirit? Yeah, we got 4 of Swords. Our Sleeping and Beauty card here. This is someone who's ready to reflect on everything that's going on in their mind, everything that they're being shown, the manifestations that they've had in the past and how they can upgrade them to those in the future. If you can see here, there's a stained glass window there that, you know, the light's not hitting that window yet and shining onto this person, but very soon the light's going to hit that window. And just like you see in one of those, like, you know, religious clips, I'm not very religious, I'm spiritualist, but you know, when you see one of those clips where someone's in a church and then all of a sudden the light hits that stained glass and they are illuminated with that epiphany, that enlightenment, that aha moment from the gods, from the goddesses, from the universe, whatever it is that you call your higher power, the creator, that's coming soon. It's be patient. Work on what it is that you do know you can do and what you have neglected. There needs to be more, I keep getting the word sustenance and sustainability is what I keep getting. So there needs to be, it feels like your talents are being are falling short on what they could actually be. It's like you have all of these different abilities and talents about you, and you're just taking this one and you're smacking down the rest. Like, hang on, just wait, I can only take so much. And Spirit are like, no, the medicine is to realize that you can embrace them all. We're not meant to do just one thing in this life. That's why so many people are bored and they have midlife crises, because they've realized they have all of this extra life that is out there to be offered to them, and they just go like, I'm not doing anything that I was doing before, and I'm just going to concentrate on whatever makes me feel good. And sometimes that can be a little bit toxic. So allow yourself to experience each and every one of these as it flows to you naturally. But for it to flow to you naturally, we need to get in this ability to be okay with sitting in the stillness, sitting in the silence. Are you maybe using your phone a little bit too much to distract you? I know that I have a problem with that. I use my phone for work as well. So, and I don't like to leave people hanging when they're messaging me also. So it's like I end up still using my phone when I should be in silence, when I should be in stillness, when I should just be in the moment that I'm in. So I think the medicine is to really quieten that mind with the outside distractions, so that we can work through the organization that's happening. And as I'm saying that, I'm seeing like all the different filing cabinets that Spirit want you to start putting things away inside your brain. Cool. Thank you, Spirit. Can I get the outcome, please? We have an 8 of Pentacles in reverse. I'm just going to put them back. That's too many. So yeah, really, the outcome is really flipping the way that we do this work. Like the 8 of Pentacles is the worker's card. And flipping that upside down is like, stop pushing ourselves so damn much to achieve things that... Hang on, sorry, I've got so much coming in my mind. We need a beautiful flow happening. And that's where we've got to have that divine feminine energy working in our favor. We've all got both, but our divine feminine energy is the creative energy that gets us the ideas and the downloads from Spirit that push us in the direction that we need to go in this life. Our masculine energy is the energy that makes the actions happen to get us there. But if we don't have that safety and security within us to be in that divine feminine energy, because we're too much up in our heads, we're too much up in the what we feel like we should be doing instead of doing what we need to be doing, that flow has a barrier. There's a stoppage going on there. There needs to be balance of reality and imagination. And it feels like when I'm in this energy that it feels like there's so much pressure on people in this collective of what work should look like to them. And you know, we went into it last week of like the toxicity of how our society is laid out to make people work their guts out, and if they're not working to a certain extent to feel lazy. And work is not meant to be like that. We're meant to work smarter, not harder in the 2025. Like from now on, it's meant to be us finding out what really works for us and letting that flow. But if stepping into that feminine energy of creator and destroyer, that, you know, destroys anything that doesn't align to our future, and it's like, that can't be in my life anymore, cut, and then creates what does, and then has the masculine energy come in with beautiful balance and trust. That's also a big thing, is needing both sides of your married yin-yang couple that lives inside of you to trust each other. If your masculine energy doesn't trust your feminine energy, and he's just like, girl, your head is up in the clouds, he's gonna rebel against what it is that you have, the ideas that you have, and it's gonna be like, that's not realistic. Your dreams are not realistic. And if you don't bank on yourself, if you don't do things scared and go, this is truly what I want to do, this is what I've known I've needed to do my entire life, but I've always been too scared that it's too out of the box, it's not actually going to be sustainable in for my family, you know, and that's a valid fear. It is a very valid fear. But if you do what you love and you do it well, you need to trust that things are going to flow to you. You can always have many side hustles going on to get you through also. But if you're just giving absolutely everything to a job that does not actually fulfill you, that does not actually give back to you in a loving, nurturing, sustenance way, then... Sorry, the dog's taken up most of my chair. Then how are you ever going to move through this? There's no better time than now to change up the way that we're doing these things. I'm going to pull a little bit on wherever spirit lead me. Go a little bit deeper. Hey. Yeah, things just aren't flowing as nicely as they should. And also trust that it's a shake-up. Everybody's getting a shake-up for how life works for them. You got 9 of Swords in reverse, 4 of Swords, and a 2 of Cups. Yeah. Spirit wants us to step out and away from these energies that make us feel unfulfilled, that make us feel like we don't want to fucking be here. Like, this is too hard and I'm not getting that enjoyment from life. They're wanting us to cocoon ourselves for a little bit and really allow things to slow down. Be with that. Oh my god, actually, yeah, we got 4 of Swords, 4 of Swords. I forgot this is the 4 of Swords card. This is our Sleeping Beauty card again. Spirit wants you to give that self-love. Allow yourself to feel, what does comfort mean for you? There's like a rejuvenation period that's happening here in the home. And it's going to bring this beautiful Two of Cups energy where that masculine and feminine side can really work together to create this magic and fill each other's cups. Like I said, I like to look at the masculine and feminine energy within me as a married couple. And when one's feeling too overwhelmed with the tasks and the responsibilities that they have, then the other one has to step in and be like, okay, what do you need? And I literally talk to myself sometimes and I'm like, okay, babe, what do you need? What is going to make you feel safe? What is going to make you feel secure? What is going to make you feel looked after and comforted and loved right now? And I listen to those things and I push myself into those things. Doesn't matter what's going on in the outside world around me. And right now our outside world is pretty crazy. I will get into that a little bit more later. But yeah, we need to be able to tap in with ourselves first and be like, okay, why do I have this blockage right now? Why can't I move forward with this? Where is the imbalance that's happening in my system? Is my masculine side feeling way too responsible for providing a lifestyle that doesn't actually flow to me nicely? How do I fix that? You know, and if you need any help with this stuff, please reach out. I do private readings, I do shadow work sessions, I do one-on-one psychic development sessions, I do Reiki, even distance Reiki. Whatever is going to help you make this flow again nicely, we can tap into. But if you also get instructions on what to do and you're just like, nah, I need it to work now, but you're not listening to the steps in between, and then you know that's something that you will eventually learn to surrender to what the universe has for you. Healers don't heal you, we give you the tools to heal yourself. So if you continuously are getting the tools and the information to slow down, to listen, to relax, to allow yourself to rebuild and re-energize and get to know the sides of yourself in this beautiful silence and stillness, and you're just like, no, rush, I need to get this shit done, then you're fighting yourself. And I can also try and help you with that. But it does feel like there's so much of our collective that's just wanting to skip over and jump over certain things. Yes, so many of you are doing amazing. You're all doing amazing. There's such big, huge leaps and bounds that have happened in our collective in the months that I've been doing this, and I'm so fucking proud of all of us. It's amazing. But there's still some stubbornness here. There's still like, and I'm to blame for this as well. Like, I'm not just putting shit on everybody else. You can see Spirit had given me a slap too. I am not exempt from this stuff. But if we want this beautiful divine flow of masculine and feminine energy that lives within us to work in our favor, then we have to really slow down and listen. Nurture yourself and baby yourself. Ask yourself, what the fuck do I need? What is missing in myself right now, and how do I fulfill that myself? And if you're struggling, shadow work, let's do a session. Okay, this challenge, please, Spirit. Six of Swords in reverse, Four of Pentacles in reverse, and then a Nine of Pentacles in the upright position. Okay. So it feels like Spirit is saying, bitch, you asked for this. You asked for life to get better. You asked for things to shift and move and to be aligned with a more joyful, abundant timeline. And now that things are shifting and changing, you feel uncomfortable. And they're like, that is where we grow. You have planted the seeds that are going to become very fruitful for you, but we can't be like holding on and fighting the flow to this thing. It's like there is something very rewarding coming though. It's even in the challenge is seeing that there is this giant reward here. See this giant green pentacle in her cauldron here. It's like you've done a spell, whether this is verbally or actually physically done a spell to bring in some abundance into your future. It is arriving, and you may be distracted with the shiny things in front of you to realize that, hey, look what I actually achieved. And green is around the heart chakra. Green resembles life and like healthy growth. So I think that's also like slowing down and absorbing, like, and really like congratulating yourself and realizing that you're not the same person you used to be. So changing those habits and those the way we talk is all meant to be a part of this. You can't upgrade yourself and then still act in the same vibration that you did before. It's very confusing to the universe. It's like, hang on, what do you want? You asked for this, now grow to be it. Don't expect us to do all the work. You've got to actually make sure that when you're talking shit about yourself, that you go, hang on a minute, no, don't say that. Words are spells. Words are spells. Thoughts are spells. So even if you're joking and you're just putting shit on yourself like I was, because it's funny sometimes, it's... Wow, Spirit, thank you. They're reminding me that I said to someone this week too that how do I put this? Sorry, I'm thrown. They've got me. They've really got me in this reading. I appreciate it. It's like getting in conversation with a big sister that's just given it to me how I need it, and I'm appreciative of it. But it's like, whoa, hello. You know, using humor as a disguise to take negative jabs at people, that comes from a wounded place. And, you know, just because it's funny doesn't mean that it's okay to say. And it's like, I'm somebody who used humor to, you know, disguise my trauma growing up. I would bag myself out and make some of the funniest jokes about some of the most traumatic experiences, and it was hilarious. But it's not high vibrational to bag yourself out. There's a big difference behind the energy that you're putting into this, and it's like, just because it's like being a funny bully. It's not really the energy behind being funny is meant to uplift everybody that's in the joke. And if in it you've got to take yourself down a notch, and that's like it's bringing a wounded energy with you into the future. Thank you, Spirit. Sorry. Oh, I feel like I'm being bitch slapped. Okay. Did I get everything from that? Let's just move on to the medicine, and I'll see if anything else pops out there. Funny thing is, this Harper's nail is literally stabbing my butt cheek right now. If you don't know, I have my Miss Harper. Come here. Miss Harper is here having a snooze, taking up all my chair. She's my beautiful little familiar. Okay, so we got 10 of Wands here. So our medicine is, packing up what we have learned and moving away from the things that don't align with us anymore, is our medicine. See all these little poles that are lit up, these lanterns on the way down the hill. They're like all of our epiphany checkpoints that we leave behind. We're like, oh, I checked that information. I can't keep putting shit on myself out of humor anymore. I've got to leave that behind. And that's like, checkpoint, move on. This is the next checkpoint. We're like, oh, aha moment. I'm going to take that information and move on. And we're leaving them behind. We're moving down the hill and moving on to better things. And what she has there, like, she has so many fluffy, like, blankets and pillows. It's like she's really prioritizing her comfort wherever she's going. Can I get more? Oh, let's go straight to the outcome, please, Spirit. We have 4 of Wands in reverse, a Queen of Wands in reverse, well, she's kind of on the side, and the Lovers in an upright position. So this looks like you're going to succeed with this. This masculine and feminine energy are going to, this married couple, look at that. Look at that energy between them. It's magnetic, it's sexy. They have each other's backs. They flow beautifully together. They understand what each and every one of them needs. When we do this for ourselves, it is really hard for anybody to come into our space and not provide us the same thing. It's like, I know what flows nicely in me. I know how to keep myself secure and feeling loved and supported and nurtured. If somebody else can't do that for themselves, it's going to show in the way that they speak to me. It's going to, like, it's going to be very hard for somebody who doesn't match my healing journey to come anywhere near me. And it's showing and I love that. But our Queen of Swords in reverse here, there's still, with the 4, like, let me just tap in. It feels like Spirit is saying here, this shake-up that's happening in our work life is also happening in our home life. It's also happening in our mind space. And it's happening to deepen that connection with yourself. So there's a lot of radical expansion happening here because of this shake-up. It kind of feels like somebody's, got one of like a pasta strainer and they've chucked your whole life in it and they're just shaking the shit out of it, and anything that isn't meant to be in there is falling out like water, and what remains may feel uncomfortable and it's been a bit confronting, but we're really taking forward that energy of truth that we've been through in Gemini season and appreciating that reality check for what it is, and it's now getting to mix with this gorgeous Cancer energy of loving and nurturing ourselves. And yeah, it's like there's a little arrow tattoo on her, a bow and arrow tattoo on her shoulder, and it feels like you're really going to be moving into hitting a target soon. It's like you're ready to take aim shortly. It's just you're preparing something. There's something happening in our collective where we're building to something right now, and the target's not clear yet, but it's going to be soon. So just trust this energy that you're in right now is moving you exactly where it needs to, but it's also doing that work for yourself. Alright, Spirit, let's grab a closing message. Thank you. there is a reason why you have those dreams. The mystic, intuition, high priestess, visionary. This is beautiful for us talking about, like, you know, trying to put that vision into your manifestations of what you want things to look and feel like. Upgrading those manifestations to match the frequency that you're growing into. Making sure you and your actions and words match that frequency. You're being held to a higher standard now because of what you've asked it to grow into. Hang on, sorry. So I want you to, like, claim this energy, collective. I want you to write in the comments section, I am the visionary. Thank you so much for joining me. I love you all so much and appreciate every single one of you for watching, liking, subscribing, all of that jazz and more. I'm sending you extra beautiful fairy love and magic and abundance for your manifestations and your wishes right now. And so is our beautiful Greek goddess, Miss Fortuna. I love you all. Thank you. Bye.